I didn't ruin my life with like one big decision. I ruined my life with choosing later every year. Let me know if this hits close to any of you. Do you get like a weird feeling around like maybe your birthdays, New Year's Eve? I don't know, obviously if you like to party, go out, be out there, that's amazing. But I think even like those people, from some of the friends that I know, they also have this feeling. And on my birthday, I'm usually sad, almost like depressed in a way. I don't want to do much. But I think I know why. For 10 years, I think I have lived a life that is not really mine. For 10 years, I've lived for my mom, my dad, maybe some friends. Every step that I've gone through the way, even like the big branches, like what I chose when it comes to like my studies in university when I went to England, what I did when it comes to my profession, my friends, what I sacrificed, what I chose to focus on, like all of it, it was for somebody else. And I want to stop. 10 years ago, 2015, 2016, like New Year's Eve, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. It wasn't cool back then. It wasn't like Mr. Beast today or whatever. The YouTubers were like just like weird people. Unless you're already at the top, then you're like obviously, cool, maybe in fitness and stuff like that. But I just wanted to do it because I was learning about sports in university, like learning about biomechanics, physiology, like just stuff that I thought was like really cool. And the funny thing is, I bought this. I bought this camera, and I don't know anything about cameras at the time. I bought this so I can film, but I didn't do any of it. I didn't film any videos. Actually, I just realized that I've been doing this, sort of buying this, which by the way, this for me was fucking expensive, and me just not following through, and me not caring about what I want. Not that because what I want is so important, but it's my life, right? It's my life. Why am I not doing the things that I really want to do? Because I'm embarrassed to film in the gym, or maybe I'm embarrassed to get in front of a camera like this. I just don't want to postpone things that matter to me anymore. And I don't want to think about other people's opinion or what's the right thing. It was just not only with the YouTube channel, but even at the time, you have to realize I picked up basketball at like 16, and at 18, I worked my ass off to get into like a good university in the UK, and I want to play basketball professionally, right? And this is a crazy thing to develop that skill in like 2-3 years and be like, oh, I'm not only going to play professionally there, but I'm going to the NBA too. Like, that's crazy. But that was my identity. Like, my whole thing was I'm getting to the NBA. Like, that was it. Like, everybody who knows me or, knew me at the time, they knew, oh, this guy, like Red, he's gonna make it. I mean, not make it. Let's be honest. Nobody thought I was gonna make it. People, knew that I wanted to make it. Let's just put it that way. And here's the reality of things. This was my life. I'll give you a 24-hour overview. I would wake up, work out, basketball workout, skills training, go to lectures, work out around noon, do my resistance training, do another lecture, and then I would go to work. I worked in a restaurant. Then I would go, if I had the time or we had training that day, because we had only 2 or 3 of those team trainings a week. I would do team training with the basketball team, and then I would go work as a bartender in like a nightclub, and then I would sleep pretty much 4 hours, and then I would just swap those around, whatever came first. Because sometimes I would need to do, early shifts in the restaurant. Maybe I didn't have, one thing, I had the other thing. But filming really didn't come to me like naturally at all. Like, for me, it was grind. Like, I didn't go out, didn't have friends. I don't know why my girlfriend put up with me, honestly, sacrificing so much. And besides that, like that, I think that was the year where I even tore my ACL. And then all of it, it was just like, just keeping busy. And basketball gave me a purpose, but everything else really wasn't the thing for me, actually. But the whole idea was that everything made sense on paper, nothing made sense here. I didn't ruin my life with like one big decision. I ruined my life with choosing later every year. I don't know if you're gonna get anything from this video, is that I really want you, like literally you, whatever you want in life, commit. Because I woke up at 28, 27, 29. I've, kept thinking about this, but I've never actually taken the leap to be like, you know what, it's me, I choose myself. But you can wake up at 30 and be like, what was I doing again? I guess the realization actually comes from the ego, even though the ego should not be the main driving force in most things that you do. But during like that time, specifically 2015, 16, there was a kid, Iman Ghazi, and that kid, instead of doing university, doing a sport that he loved to, or whatever the case is, and I'm not glazing him, but he focused on developing skills, like being out there and stuff like that. And like if you Google Iman Ghazi now, the dude is making like, I don't know, however many tens of millions a year, whatever, I don't even know. But you've probably heard of that quote, money loves speed. What the version I like better is fate, or the universe, loves action. So the difference between me and like who my ego compares itself to is all these people that I thought I'm better than, they took the action that I always wanted to take. It was always, I'll do it when I'm ready. I'll do it when I make a little bit more money. I'll do it when I have the six pack. But the thing is, it's never the right time. Even if, you wait, essentially you're either delaying the inevitable, or you're just gonna get to a point where you're gonna be at 40, 50, 60, 70, 110 years old, doesn't matter. I promise you this. I can be a billionaire, I can be whoever the fuck. If I never did this, like just filming stupid videos for whatever reason, I know when I'm like that age, I'm gonna think about it and I'm like, why the fuck didn't I do it? Why the fuck didn't I just, for like a year, 3 years, whatever the fuck it is, why didn't I just be like, you know what, man, I'm gonna give this time, I'm gonna give this money, and I'm gonna give it a try. The one thing that I even say, like when I'm doing sales within within our business, is my job is not to sell somebody something. Essentially, my job is to hold up a mirror, because that mirror is going to test you. If you look in the mirror and you see stuff that you like, you think that you're better, you think that you're ahead, you're not probably gonna, take any action. So the first step in any journey, besides just deciding what you should do with your life, what you should commit, whatever the case is, the first step is looking at the truth, no matter how ugly it is, no matter how badly it paints you as a person, or in my case, like being a people pleaser, maybe even like a coward, because like in a way I did betray myself. That's the thing. And then you betray yourself again and again and again. You make promises, you don't go after them. What happens is you lose respect for yourself. And there is a quiet sadness of realizing that you didn't live for yourself, but you lived for expectations. I guess this is like one of the things about being wise and being smart. Smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from other people's mistakes. And I wasn't wise, so I want to see if I can be smart. This is not like my I made it video. This is me literally realizing that being in fear almost of certain things is perfectly fine. Having doubt is perfectly fine, but the avoidance of those feelings, whether it's the fear or the doubt, or even like the embarrassment of like trying, really, the avoidance is no longer acceptable. This channel is not going to be about perfection. It's not going to be I figured it out. And what I'm going to use this for is I'm going to rebuild my body, my confidence, my direction. And while doing all those things, I'm going to build my ideal life. I want to do it in public because I think it's going to hold me accountable. And I think if there is anybody out there that that recognizes at least a few seconds of my stories within their life, and that possibly unlocks a small little change, I think I think it can be beautiful, truly. So you can choose to watch this and don't take action, or you can choose to take action. Yeah, so you're not late, but you're responsible, and so am I. And I'm finally starting.